up. Morning, Harold, Olga, Rusty. Morning, Wendy. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Okay. Every morning I wake up to Let's go back here. Of the trading. Boy, I tell you what, when I go, let me just make sure. Okay, sweet. I wasn't sure if my browser was going to screw up. Morning, vacation guy. Everybody missed me. It was a long weekend. I gotta be honest. I miss the people, not the actual job. Oh, my back is killing me today. I've had a bad back for the whole weekend. Okay, big show. One stock will absolutely blow your mind. It's beating Nvidia. It's beating Palantir. And it's not Monster Beverage. I was shocked on this one. I even went into perplexity and asked about it. But what are the risks? Blah, 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 the whole thing. Paid subscribers, you guys got a September watch list right there. So listen, I did my best. You also will get, I am editing this. It's the coursework. So it will be an education series. It's going to be broken up into a couple of sections. There's going to be technicals, fundamentals, and then miscellaneous. So the technicals, it's going to focus on Trendspider. Just understand it will focus on Trendspider, but it is, even if you don't have Trendspider, you can use this because it tells you which technicals I use, confirmation, cross up, PE. These are all in the if you were to go here and you were to go into the education section, they're all there. I'm just editing them in a certain way, and I'll start adding this. Then section 2, fundamental data, the definitions, fundamentals that Peter Lynch uses, and then section 3, when to sell stocks, managing your portfolio, 5 rules traders and charts for the week. So it'll be a good one. We're gonna go over all of that, and I'll go over one of those things. It was funny because it was August of last year. This particular newsletter came out, and OxyGTC, SMCI, blah blah blah, the whole thing. Oh, it's SSRM. Yeah, I've had a good. Duolingo was a bad one, but yeah, SSRM. That's one of the things that I'm going to kind of go over, but I'll go over Y alpha picks, some stocks that I'm watching, but gold may just be a buy and hold. Honest to God, pick your favorite gold stock. Today's market, the bond market is retaliate. I mean, that's essentially what it is. So we're going to go over that kind of news. We'll look at the week ahead, and then a couple of things. Peter Lynch, Peter Lynch stocks that are in the market today, and in education, a thread from a young trader who turned $2,000 into $9 million, seemingly overnight. And yeah, Olga, sometimes I get good ones. SSRM is up 4% in the pre-market. It is gold, so it is bucking the trend. I mean, we can go into. It's a strong buy. I mean, it's got all the fundamentals of everything. We can Damn, COMM has lost I think it's gains, but it's getting taken down in the market. I've got a lot of COMM. I've also got a lot of SSRM. So we'll see. I mean, today is one day does not make a market, but boy, who's my analyst? Undercover dozen. Let's see. They covered D-Wave, Quantum, Ohm, MAH. I'll have to read that later. Elliott Management took a stake in Pepsi, and Pepsi's shooting up higher. I mean, that's a 4% day on Pepsi in the pre-market. And 4-hour algorithm just got you out. I got sold out of my position. I mean, the top, I think, is 160, and it's trading at 155. So I didn't include this in the podcast because I just get out of stocks and then I just forget about them. Berkshire's up 0.15. Expect Berkshire, by the way, as things get a little more risky, expect Berkshire to fill this gap up to 536. So, yeah, Eric, it's looking red. The bond market is finally telling everybody, hey, there's still a problem. South Africa. I tell you what, I love South Africa for the penguins. I mean, honest to God, I'd go to South Africa just to hang out with penguins, just to sit on a beach and watch a freaking penguin just play. Short Tesla. I mean, here's the thing, Brody. There are wealthier men than me who have the balls to short Tesla. I don't have the balls to short it. I mean, honest to God, I just don't have the balls to short it. So, morning, Chris. I am not going to do scans today. Let's see. No scans today because the Galapagos, yeah. Oh, I did buy, by the way, Thursday. I bought, 50,000 of QQQ and VOO, so I didn't. Oh, yeah, you're right. New alpha pick today. I need to put that into new alpha pick today at noon. So remember to scalp it if you want. I will tell you, Dominic, the rush that you get when you get a stock that actually works and you're making money, how do I describe this the way it was described to me younger? It's nice when the market looks like that, okay? It's nice when the market is a good move, in a bull market. It's not nice when you realize, hey, this my overall portfolio, I may be making singles in my small portfolio, but my overall portfolio is going down. So, Travis, I wrote you back. Just by the way, Travis, I went over Zscaler for you, but I will go over like Broadcom right now. And then Travis had a question about the 4-hour algorithm and things on the screen and things that you see. I wasn't quite sure. This purple line that you see out here going forward, okay, on Trendspider, that is a predictor that is written by, Seeking Alpha is awesome. And Fina Esposito, I do not understand why they have me on Investing Experts. But you've got quite a crew here that have found me on that one. But I appreciate Seeking Alpha, and thank you for tuning in. But this on Trendspider, this is a prediction model, and it is bullish to say the least. I have never seen this going down. Even in 2022, when we had stocks that were going down, I've never seen that one going down. But if I were looking at Broadcom today, 4-hour algorithm, it doesn't even half what buy and hold does. And so the way I use the 4-hour algorithm in these terms, and it's not absolute, I do know that when I look at Apple, when I look at Google, I kind of just have a feeling, and this is, I use the 4-hour algorithm really in those terms to get out of stocks before it's too late. And so trades that I'm doing, if I've identified it, blah, 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 it's good. But I don't use this line ever. And I hope that makes sense. Trendspider explained it to me one time. It's the price behavior explorer. And it goes down to here with where it thinks it's going to go. So I don't always use this. And today, even though the 4-hour algorithm got me in at 298, I probably would have gotten in on this candle over 300, but that's a big ask to get in at 300 before a long weekend on an individual stock that's reporting earnings. So, and it just got out of a 65% move. I don't like that risk reward to me is kind of So I would look at this and then I would say, okay, on a weekly chart, where am I? And the weekly chart is fully extended. So Travis, for me, when I look at Broadcom, I use the 4-hour algorithm kind of like I use a analyst recommendation. Does it have me in? Does it trade well in the back tested? Does it win a lot? It wins 48% of the time, which sometimes would be okay. The average win is 13%, but your average loss is 5%. So it doesn't get you out quick enough in a stock like this, which tells me this stock moves fast. And so you add up those risks with the 3-day weekend, with the earnings coming up, with those types of things, and the fact that we're over 300, and it's kind of put in a little bit of, once it gets over 300, can't hold 300. So I kind of say, okay, I'm going to wait. And honestly, for me, under $300 for Broadcom, I think isn't a bad play for if your timeline's 4 years, 5 years, somewhere in that neighborhood, because I do think that they continue to make the chips and blah, 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 and they continue to spend. But I'd be looking for this one to pull back around 260. Now, if you can live with 260, if we get past there, I would say you come back to the 200-day, which would be about 200, or 50-day, which would be about $200, which again is going to be a major, major pullback. So we can put that right there, 253. You can see it put up a little bit of resistance right there. It put a little bit of resistance right there. So I would say that hopefully will be tested as support coming back. And ironically, there's a gap. So that's how I would use the 4-hour algorithm, and something that I don't watch a lot. I do want to get back into this one. I just haven't. I have enough of this with ETFs. It was my thing. The Seeking Alpha interview, if you go and you look at, why am I even high yield investor? Why am I in this? I don't know why that shows up there. I don't want it there. Where is investing? More volatility ahead in this bull market right here. I'll put it up there. Paste. You can listen to it. It's from, I think, last Wednesday or something. It was right before Nvidia earnings. And I did a joke about dwarf tossing. It didn't land. It didn't land well. Let's just say that. Didn't land well. Okay, we're going to go into the education, which is this thread, which was just great. A bunch of interviews with this this particular trader turned 2,000 into over $9 million. I set up a screener for Peter Lynch stocks, and it's just always been a good screener to look at. This is a trailing PE, forward PE. I mean, that's how you tell Peter Lynch buys his stocks. And Dividendology is great for putting stuff like that up. There's a week ahead, and we will look at the Catalyst watch because it didn't say, hey, the bond market's going to fight back today in the predictions. But I've got a bunch of shy September worst month in 70 years Fibonacci levels. Shy put out some really great content this weekend, so I'm going to look at that. United Healthcare, first bullish month. I mean, is this time to buy United Healthcare? Bullish divergence. We will look at Shy's smaller stocks, the small stocks that are ripping apart their industries. I have a feeling that he's over exaggerating, but 10 growth stocks that Shy likes. Nebius, tomato. They did something really well over the weekend, so look at that one. Gold hits record highs. I mean, again, gold is the the new Bitcoin, because foreign central banks, for the first time in 30 years, they hold more gold than U.S. Treasuries, which is a signal to the U.S. Hey, something's not right. Something's not right, because the global bond sell-off. We will look at new Alpha Pick at noon, and I will look at Alpha Picks as a whole. We will look at this. I'm going to bring this over here. This is the coursework. I'm doing a course. And it's free for the paid subscribers. Well, free. The paid subscribers will get this free, and it's an overview of the education section and stuff like that. Capitulation Finder. Again, every signal over the last 10 years is shown here. You can see it. Capitulation Finder. Not a guarantee of a pullback, but history says it's worth watching. Yeah. September's not a good month. There's tests in September. And FYI, just so you know, we're in greed. We are in greed. So it's not like, the warning signs aren't out there. And Ryan Dietrich, this is going backwards, by the way. Ryan Dietrich, September is going to be a tough month. It's just it. I mean, that's... let's see, September watch list. Let's pause it on the... There we go. No. We'll put it there. We're going to look at a stock that has outpaced a lot. I mean, just unbelievable what it's done. So we'll look at this one. Okay, and that's it. So let's go to the Qs. Yeah, I mean, Josh, one day doesn't make a trend. And, look at the Qs. I mean, pull up the Qs and you look at got you in at 573. We're at 562 right now. It's a pullback of 1.45%. But if you bought here in April, if you bought here in June, even if you bought here back in August, you're good. Now, if you go back even more in history, tell me where a good time to trim was. So the indicators do seem stretched on a weekly chart. They do. Maybe you want to use that trend line. So it's about not timing the market and just making sure that you're looking at your tax situation and as a whole. It's just, yeah. September will be a tough month. Yeah, and Chris knows. I am not not condoning or throwing out there options. Okay. Let's get this shit started. Constellation Brands is down. Frontier Group shares surged. %, sell 0.3%. Fortinet's after Morgan Stanley downloaded it. Fortinet, my dad owns, and God, I mean, it's another one we should have just gotten out of, but I begged. Scans are down. Oh, yeah. Status Trendspider.com. Doesn't have it as listed, but I mean, I'm not going to do them today, Chris, anyway. You got a big red day, and I try and not. The point I'm going to make at the end is the reason I'm not doing scans, you should have a list of what you're going to buy already. And if you don't, then you're not organizing yourself well enough. Something pulls back, Palantir pulls back 5%, did you report it to them, Chris? I assume you did, because I didn't see anything on that they're working on it. And they're usually pretty good about that. Okay, let me go in and start doing this. I'm going to hit record. Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 2nd. You didn't get a Monday show. Stock market was closed. I hope you had a good 3-day weekend. This show is going to be a big show. It's a red day. So it's a red day. These things happen. The stock market doesn't always go up, but we'll go over why. But one stock will blow your mind. It has beaten Palantir. It has beaten Nvidia long term. I couldn't believe this. Paid subscribers, I put out the I say we, but it's me. I put out the September watch list for you. We'll look at some of those. We're going to look at the fear and greed index. We're going to look at the markets. We're going to look at alpha picks. Just get ready. Today's an alpha picks day. So I'm going to go over year to date, 1 year, 1 month. What happened if you put $5,000 into the actual portfolio, 1 month, 1 year, and year to date? What happened? Some stocks you should be watching in September. We'll go over that. And we'll look at the week ahead. And then a great education series about Peter Lynch and a trader that turned $2,000 into $9 million. So the show's going to be a big one. It's going to be good. But let's start out with a stock that may blow your mind. Okay? Over the last 5 years, it's nearly doubled the performance of Nvidia. Remember, Nvidia is the AI darling, and this particular stock has nearly doubled the performance of Nvidia. It's over 30% below its Wall Street target, and it's listed at a strong buy from Wall Street. And it's not a tech stock. It is freaking Build-A-Bear. Okay, and here's the chart on Build-A-Bear. This is 5 years. Okay, 5 years. Nvidia's up an amazing 1,206%. That's phenomenal. Build-A-Bear is up 2,666. And you may say, yeah, it's not even that good. Well, it beats Palantir over a 5-year period. Now, if you come in a little bit, you go Palantir has greatly outbeaten Build-A-Bear, okay? 1 year, 3 year, and year to date. But let's go look at Build-A-Bear. Is it a good one? Like I said, Wall Street has it as a strong buy. It's 31% below its $80 price target. It was down 10% on Friday. Okay? They had their earnings on Thursday. Wasn't good. So I said, you know what? With the performance of this one, let's take a look at this and see if it's a good one. I analyzed it with AI, kind of brought up, let's see. If we go down here and we look at the Build-A-Bear stock, is believed to have strong already priced in, growth priced in with potential risks from tariff and economic weakness. The positives, results show strong sales growth and raised guidance with double-digit revenue growth and expansion. Okay, that's from Seeking Alpha analysts. Many of you may not have Seeking Alpha, so I went perplexity. Can you tell me what you know about Build-A-Bear? Why is this such a great stock, and how has it performed against tech giants like Nvidia? It brought up all the highlights, everything. And then I asked it, can you tell me if this share appreciation is expected to continue? What are the key factors in continuing the growth? Please act as if you're talking to me as an intern on Wall Street. So it goes over all of that. Analysts broadly agree that Build-A-Bear is fundamentally healthy, undervalued on a price to earnings basis, and positioned for continued, if more moderate, growth. Think of Build-A-Bear less as a lottery ticket and more as a solid niche retail play with good management and shareholder returns. Again, is this one that you want to take a risk on? For me, it doesn't fit my risk profile. So, my risk profile, I gave what stocks I'm looking at in September to paid newsletter subscribers this weekend. Let's hope it does as well as August, because August had one stock that was up 100% and there's 4 or 5 others that were up over 30%. Okay? But my hopes on September are not on solid ground. Stocks gained in August. This is Ryan Detroit. The worst month. September has been the worst month since 1950s during the past 10 years, past 20 years, and the third worst post-election year. Okay, in fact, August and September have both been higher in a post-election year only 3 out of 18 times. And you're seeing it this morning. The factors were there. The fear and greed index, we're in greed. Go and look at the VIX. The VIX is spiking this morning up to 20. That's where it wants to be. It was at 15. So you can see it's spiking this morning. There are some critical tests in September. It's a crucial September. Again, we've got a Fed meeting. We've got a potential rate decrease. But then you've got tariffs. And then this on QQQ. The capitulation finder from Trendspider just flashed a bearish signal on QQQ. every single over the last 10 years is shown here. Not a guarantee of a pullback, but history says it's likely. And again, you can see this one, boom, that was 2022. This was COVID. In 2018, that was tariff war number 1. You can see all of the capitulation finders on a monthly basis. So I have a draft that's going to go out. You may say, hey, what do you do for us? Well, here, paid subscribers. This is the course. So I've got on the Daily Stock Pick newsletter, okay? I've got a section, if you go to the website, that is education, and it's a little bit unorganized. This is going to be broken down into 3 sections. The technicals. So if you want to learn technicals, you want to hear what I have as technicals on my screen, it's going to focus on Trendspider because that's where everything for me is. But it doesn't mean it's not relevant to those of you that use Thinkorswim or any other program. Again, it's technicals. It's going to be like the indicators that I use, why I use them, confirmation, MACD, crossup, RSI, Bollinger Band, all of those types of things. Fundamentals. This is mostly going to be around seeking alpha, but for years, I used my brokerage platforms, which included Fidelity, E-Trade, Merrill Lynch, TD Ameritrade, and Schwab. Seeking Alpha is now my go-to. So it's going to focus on Seeking Alpha, but it's not going to be like you have to pay for it to understand this. And then the miscellaneous part. Okay, so here's section 2, fundamental data, fundamentals, that miscellaneous, when to sell stocks, managing your portfolio, 5 rules for traders and charts. Okay, and this particular one, for next week, this was written in July of last year. I was going over in August of last year. So by the way, that draft should go out this week at some point in time for the paid newsletter subscribers. I've done showing, again, consider upgrading to the paid newsletter if you want. It's more about supporting me. It's not going to tell you anything that you can't get. Honestly, the best education that you can get is just go to an AI program. You haven't had these around, but you can literally just ask an AI program, what should I learn? That's it. But I was going over one of my newsletters from last year. Okay? And I said, this is August of last year. I sold Oxy. Just go and look at, we're going to get out of this strategy tester and we're going to go look at weekly. Well, August of last year, Oxy was up in the $60 range. I sold it $60. Was that good? Yeah. So far, that's been a good trade. I sold GCT at 25. It's trading at 26 right now. It's been up and down. Was that a great one? I don't know. SMCI. Again, these are names that I sold out of last August because the risk reward didn't make sense. I sold out at SMCI at 508. Again, pre-split, probably about $50. It's trading at 41 right now. So SMCI, I got out of Ulta at 322. It's trading at almost $500 right now. Probably not a great one. AMD, I think I took a loss on that one. And I said, hey, beauty just isn't my thing. AMD, I got out at 154. We're at 162. It's been dead money for a year. So I'm glad I got out of it. Now, did I trade it? I probably could have traded it for better. Uber, I trimmed at 68. Bad mistake. But I could have always bought it back because I still like that one. Shopify, I got out at 70. Should have stayed in. Absolutely should have stayed in. Today it's at 141. Target, I got out at 140. Square, I got out of 65. Morgan Stanley, I got out of 95. So were these optimal moves? No. But they made sense at the time because August, if you go back to August of last year, we had just gotten out of the Japan unwind trade and everybody was saying, oh my God, this is the worst thing that can happen. Japan's going to continue to unwind. Well, it didn't. So were these optimal? No. Now, going into this year, September, I will tell you, There is a new alpha pick today at noon. And if you don't know about alpha picks is a data-driven portfolio, 2 stocks per month. You get one on the first. The first was a holiday, so we're going to get one today at noon. Remember your alpha picks scalping rules. Just go to my newsletter and put in scalping. And you'll find alpha pick scalping rules from the last time we did this. I may be live at noon again scalping this one, but you can typically make about 10%. I will tell you why you should think about buying, outside of the reasons of the performance of alpha picks. I'll tell you why you should think about this. Because if we do see a pullback in September, okay, the rebound, it has been shown, and Steve Kress showed this in April, the rebound, small caps will outperform. I am a large cap tech investor, okay? It's not my, small caps are not my thing. Typically, I've used IWM. And you can see it might have to catch up to that trend line. Where's that trend line come from? It's anchored there at the COVID low. And you can see that's where we were. So is it going to provide some resistance, or are we going to finally get over that hump? So this Russell 2000 chart, it's just begging for an all-time high breakout. Again, small caps. So you can invest in IWM, but IWM doesn't beat Alpha Picks. Alpha Picks is a portfolio. You manage it. Year to date, the S&P's up 10%. Alpha Pick up 23%. 1 year, S&P's up 16%. Alpha Picks is up 42%. 1 month, S&P is up 1.5%. Alpha Picks is up 6.8%. Year to date, numbers indicate that if you had put in as little as $2,000 into the portfolio, and yes, I suggest you buy the entire portfolio. It's up to you. I started picking and choosing which ones I liked when I first signed up for Alpha Picks. Now I just do the whole portfolio and I add to the winners. That's the way I do it. But just $2,000 at the beginning of the year, you would have now paid off the entire subscription. Now, I don't suggest that you put something as small as $2,000 into this, because over 1 year, that's a 42% gain. In my mind, I think you need to put at least $10,000 into this portfolio for it to make sense. Again, it's a portfolio. The way my portfolio is set up, I have VOO and QQQ, then I have the stocks that I trade, and now I've got Alpha Picks as a very large percentage of my overall portfolio. It is high 6 figures. So again, I am a believer in this. I am an investor in this portfolio, and I like it. So it makes you stick to a discipline. It is very simply just, hey, buy here, sell here. But they give you the details of why they choose the stocks. And again, for anybody who's trying to learn about this, this is a data-driven portfolio. Steve Kress managed a hedge fund like this using the quant. So let's look at some stocks in September. Okay? Let's look at some stocks. The bond market today, it's throwing a fit. I've told you the 10-year, you want to watch the 10-year, and you can view this in market data. Just go to market data, and you can go to the 10-year right there. It's at 4.3. Where was it a month ago? 4.33, 4.42. We're probably going up. You know, again, will the rate cuts affect the bond market? Maybe. Maybe not, because the bond market is showing you today who's in charge. And this specific one, this specific article, shows you global bond sell-off deepens as U.S. 30-year touches 4.98%. The UK yield surged to 1998 highs. The bond market, it doesn't take much for the bond market to throw a fit. And when the bond market throws a fit, what do you want to be invested in? Well, the world central banks, they're now holding more gold than U.S. Treasuries for the first time in 30 years. Gold is attracting attention. Gold may be one of those to buy and hold. Go research some gold stocks and tell me what you think. There's a couple of them that I like, okay? Newmont Mining. This is a top So the quant rating goes from 0 to 5. This is rated 4.93, okay? And the factor grades you see, very simply, I can tell you valuation, it's not stretched. Growth, phenomenal. Profitability, fantastic. Momentum, which is the number one thing in the market, 1 year, you're up 39%. 9 months, you're up 77%. 6 months ago, I picked this one at the beginning of the year. I said, hey, gold may be good. And so I got in on the 6 months. And you want to know how I got in? It was very clear that gold was going for a run. And I said to paid newsletter subscribers, you know what? I think this one, it was back here in January. I think this one has more room to run because it's under its 200-day. The 50-day is moving positive. We may get a golden cross. You just got that golden cross. Where was the stock trading? At about 60. It's at 70 right now. 74. Again, gold may be running. I actually bought quite a bit of the number one gold stock. And if you want to know what the number one gold stock is, you go down here and you pick ranked in industry, 6 out of 47. I picked the number one. I bought quite a bit of it. And so gold may be making another run. Gold hits record high above 3,500 US dollar rebounds. You want to know why? Because we've got a huge deficit in this country. And gold is supply demand. It's a supply demand, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum. One that everybody knows that I like is Nebius. Phase 1 of Nebius's New Jersey data center is about to be completed, 50 megawatt hours. Okay, next milestone, 300. I have no idea what this means, but that's a damn big deal. And is Nebius up? We can go and look at Nebius. Is this a stock that you want on your, look at this. The momentum, fantastic. Valuation, they're not making money. Growth, they're losing 97% revenue year over year. Profitability, gross profit margins 53%. That's just kind of average EBITDA margin. They're just spending a lot of money. So I love this one. Wall Street says it's a strong buy. $89. You're trading at $65. So let's go over and let's look at how Trendspider trades this one. NBIS trades it okay. 220. Are you complaining about 222%? Buy and hold makes you 377%. This one got you in at 52. Okay, even with today's downturn, down to 62, that's a 31% gain. This wins 57% of the time. It's only 10 months old. Over 10 months, you've had 7 positions. Okay, this 4-hour algorithm is the way I like to look at these stocks. And FYI, Trendspider, it's on sale. They extended their Labor Day sale one more day. You can get it for as little as, I think the trials are $5 or $7 for 2 weeks. Go and try it out for 2 weeks, okay? Or you can get one of the annual plans. That's how I send you my 4-hour algorithm, okay? And I would urge you, if it's within your budget, think of it this way. This advanced tier gets you 52 training sessions per year. That's once a week for $107 a month. Think of it. 4 weeks in a year, divide 107 by 4, you're paying $26, $27 for a one-on-one Zoom session with a product expert, and you get Trendspider included in that. So not only is it a training plan, it's a course on how to use this product and how to use it efficiently within your own system, your own workflow, your own process. Okay, and you can take stocks like Nebius and look at it, and you can find a strategy that works. Here, Shai, who is a fantastic investor, his top 10 growth stocks. Are you investing in any of these? Because he says, hey, these are the growth stocks. Look at this. This is his portfolio. Year to date, Palantir's up 107%. It's 10% of his portfolio. Amazon's up 4.4%. It's underperforming, but it's 10% of his portfolio. Cloudflare, 8%. It's up 93%. Rocket Lab is up 90%. Snowflake is up 54%. Mercado Libre is up 45%. Again, the total gain loss is phenomenal. You need a tool to actually look at these stocks technically and fundamentally. So do you like any of these? I will tell you this: 15 names under 15 billion trying to rip apart their industries. These are great stocks to look at, to YOLO into. One that I like, TEM. Why? Because if we go over and we look at this and we go to what's happening now, and I just type in here, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to go to the Pelosi tracker. Where is it? All insider trades, government sales, Pelosi tracker, right down here. This is the Pelosi tracker, and you can't see this, but if we go and we customize by filter, and I just look at and I add a filter, and I say the symbol contains TEM, and I look at this, she bought TEM on Friday, January 17th. Friday, January 17th. I go in and I look at my 4-hour algorithm, and I look, January 17th, you can see Pelosi bought it right there. She made 162%. We've been trading sideways. Use that as the top. We've seen a double top of this one right here, right there. So if you buy at 75, the top is going to be 87 until we get over that. Now your weekly chart, it's extended. It's clearly extended, but you've had an opportunity to buy this one. Okay, even after Nancy Pelosi bought it, you can see it reset. Wait for it to reset. Be patient. Be patient. Again, that's one that I like. So Shai gives you 15 names here. And then you've got one, as we head into a new month, we've got one. You should know where you stand on all of your stocks. You may be able to find opportunities. I'm still holding UNH, by the way. I will add to it as it becomes a winner. But remember, they are still under DOJ investigation. I took some profits. Want to know how I took some profits? Well, if you go to UNH and we just look at that 316 level, and this is just since May, it's been a resistance. Okay? Until this turns to support, I want to sell at 316. It's at 308 right now. It hit it right after Warren Buffett said, hey, I'm buying this one. That was at 270. I think I got in at like 280. I've trimmed some. Have I added to it? No. No, as it comes under 300, I'll start to buy it. I like this one. But understand, you will need to find opportunities in the market. UNH is just one of them. It's cheap, but it's still under DOJ investigation. And it's got the first monthly bullish candle since all-time highs. Again, since all-time highs. Swept out of the lows, closed back above. Okay? So it got swept out below. That's a bullish candle. And if all you want to know is where to buy things, you tune into this podcast and you're like, hey, Gary, tell me where to buy things. Here's Shai telling you where to buy things. And he's telling you where to buy these. So again, if you want Fibonacci levels, Trendspider up here has what's called an auto fib. And you can just put it on your thing. Fibs right here, automatic fibs. It's the Fibonacci levels. Go and research what it is. But Shai gives you all of these stocks, every stock in AI hardware, AI infrastructure, AI applications, nuclear energy, cybersecurity, space economy, robotics, quantum computing. It may seem crazy the price to buy those at, but those are technical strategy levels with Fibonacci's. So you may say, well, what are we doing this week? Well, this is the Catalyst Watch in Seeking Alpha. It is part of Seeking Alpha Premium. It is part of what I tell everybody. You should get the Premium and Alpha Picks bundle from Seeking Alpha. By the way, any of these services, they're all on Linktree. But the bundle here with Premium and Alpha Picks, this Catalyst Watch is the best thing for me on Fridays to determine my week. We got a big week ahead. We got Broadcom earnings. I got out of this at 170. It's trading right now at $300. Okay, we've got the first Figma FIG, which was a big IPO, their first earnings. We've got Salesforce, which I got rid of. I got rid of Salesforce, And I bought an energy company that is a Bitcoin miner, IREN. I just got out of a 50% gain on that stock. I think I'm still holding some of it. But again, that's how you take risk reward. I didn't want CRM. CRM has done nothing. Now, as it starts to get into earnings, will it pop? Well, we've seen software names pop, but this one is in a downward trend. Am I buying at that 242? No, I sold out of this one. They've got earnings. That 311 right there, that is the 2021 highs. Does it get back up there? Because it creeped up there and it couldn't hold it. Now, weekly, you're looking beaten up, but it's a software name. You've also got Credo, which is a big alpha pick name, the number one top 2025 stock from Seeking Alpha. You can see over here, the top 2025 top second half. These are outperforming. That's what you get in premium. And you can get premium by itself. The hack here is if you want the top 2025 stocks and the top 2025 second half stocks, which are pulling back, go and get a free 7-day trial of this. Again, on Linktree. It's down here. It's the third link. But I would urge you, get the bundle. Because today you'll get an alpha pick, and then tomorrow you can do all your research on Seeking Alpha Premium. We've even got here a Chris Camillo favorite, okay? Lululemon. He loves this company. He's leveraged to the tits on this one. Is this the comeback? Again, he's put in there at about that 192. He said, hey, Lulu's one that I'm looking at. It's cheap. You've got a gap up here to 326 based on the last earnings. Do they put up great earnings? We'll go over to Earnings Hub and you can look at Lulu. Last time they reported, earnings per share, $2.60. This time they're expected $2.86. Revenue, $2.37 billion last time. Their revenue this time, $2.54 billion. Again, that made the stock, their results actually lost. So do I expect it to get back up here? I will wait. It's not my forte. Again, it's not my great thing. But I can tell it all from this volatility watch. And do you have a stock that you own? You know, this goes over everything. If we go down here to Lululemon and we look, Lululemon is also reporting, but this gives you a great overview of what to expect with Broadcom, Salesforce, and NEO. NEO already reported. So again, do you have a stock that you want to read more about? Seeking Alpha helps you with that. Now let's talk about a little education section. Peter Lynch is a legendary. He ran the Magellan Fund, I think it is, from Fidelity. Legendary. Beat the market for 30 years. This is how he did it. Trailing PE under 25, forward PE under 15, debt to equity under 35, earnings per share better than 15%. Again, you can throw this into AI and say, hey, find me stocks. But I set up a screener in Seeking Alpha, and I'll share it with you in the newsletter. You can get it for free. Just import it. And here you go. ALL. We can look at ALL if you want. This is a strong buy in the quant. Wall Street thinks that it's a $229 stock. That's a 12% upside. This is Allstate. This is insurance. Is insurance done running? The valuation? They've only got a 9 PE. Well, in property and casualty insurance, the average sector is 12. So it's underpriced. Meanwhile, its growth of 9% revenue growth over the sector at 7%, fantastic. The only problem is the market just hasn't loved it. But over 1 year, you're up 8%. So is this underperforming for any reason? Well, if we go and look at this one, again, from a technical standpoint, do I like the way the 4-hour algorithm works? No. 27% versus 93% buy and hold. It doesn't work well. So am I playing this one as far as the adding to winner? No, but look at the long term. And you look at the MACD, it's super low. This run in 2024, that's when insurance stocks just took off. Now, even if you bought at the high at 171, if your outlook was 4 to 5 years, You're 1 year in. You're 1 year in, and if you bought at the peak, okay? And you're up 20%. It's not bad, 1 year, 3 months. So again, I set up this screener for you to look at Peter Lynch stocks. Now, I also, where is that coming from? Hold on 1 second.
Welcome in, my beautiful shopping buddies. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. If you are new, welcome in. My name is Angie. If you love shopping vlogs, reviews, and hauls,
What the hell happened? Okay, sorry about that. Oh, my TV just started screaming in the background. I was like, where's that sound coming from? Okay, let me just finish this. Sorry about that. I had a hiccup. My TV in the family room just started like ghosting and blaring at top level. But here's a great interview. And it's an interview on David Hanlon, who turned $2,000 into $9 million. Again, he said, hey, I got lucky with the market. It's such a good interview with these little clips, if you can find it. He's every young trader's dream. He's humble. He's got $9 million now. I really found it interesting. One of the things I found super interesting when listening to just some of these clips is he's going from small over-the-counter stocks, which are highly volatile, which are trades, again, trades, to mid caps. And now he's large cap and ETF focused, because once he's gotten the money, he doesn't want to lose the money. I've always thought trading is like sports. You don't see 80-year-olds throwing on shoulder pads and going and playing with the young guys. Again, that's your over-the-counter stocks. Net worth has a way of making you a little safer and waiting on A-plus setups versus risky setups. And it's always great to see these guys go up there and then pull back a little on their risk. The guys who lose it all don't pull back on their risk. Again, risk reward is a real thing. So as you start to look at your investing journey and you start to look at the tools that you're using, again, Trendspider, for me, my number one position is Apple. Has this one traded well? No. But at that 200 level, it has provided support. And we can just put a line here at $200. If we just put a nice little line right at about 200, there we go. You can see, where do we pull back to? It's not absolute, but I get a good idea based on the charts where I want to look at it. And if we just pull this back to that area right there, 200, this was the 2023 highs, July. And you used it as resistance. Did it provide absolute support? No. But until further notice, I think that's a good place to look at buying this one if you get it back there. Right now, about 240 looks to be the resistance. So in that neighborhood, I can trade. Again, I've been doing this for years, so I know these things, and I know Apple really well. The MACD on this weekly, super low. The RSI, under 40. It hasn't been that way. There are opportunities to buy. The point is you need to be patient. And in today's market, I'm not going to do scans because you should know exactly what you're going to buy on pullbacks. Is today the day that you buy? That is determined on your risk reward and your time frame. Is today the start of a monthly pullback? As we see in QQQ, if you just go to a monthly chart on QQQ, let's go to a monthly chart. You'll see we have confirmation, but we haven't even pulled back, okay? April, every month has been green. Every single freaking month has been green since April. We've only had 2 months this year that were red. That's February and that's March. April was a 1% gain. Again, later in April, remember, April, I think it was 10th or something like that, he told you to buy stocks. If you would have bought QQQ in any month, you've been up. So September might be a red month. We might see September and October. Why? Well, look at the MACD, how extended it is. Look at November 2021. Look at what happened when the MACD was that high. Look at what happened with the RSI when it was that high. Again, learn the charts. Does it mean absolutely we go back to pulling back? No. But you better have a list of 5 stocks where if they pull back 5% or 10% or more, you set the level. You're going to buy them, no questions asked. Good businesses with good products, with good profits and good management. The profits one, again, some of these stocks you might not have great profits in. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Remember, Trendspider sale ends today, 1 day and 15 hours. Okay? The premium and alpha picks, you should get that bundle. And we have an alpha picks at noon. So if you are subscribed to my newsletter, I may go live and scalp like I did last time. But if you have any questions, you can hit me up. Again, on Linktree, even my email address is up there. Have a great day. Enjoy. I hope you don't lose a ton of money, but I will. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Boy. Okay. Now I've got to go back. Podcast, new graphics. I don't have any new graphics though. That's just the name of the iMovie project. Let's see. I don't think it was that long of a podcast either, but I do have some editing to do. Let's go to the beginning and we'll expand this out. And we're just going to put in a little colorization. Boom, boom. And then volume, auto. And we'll take that and we'll paste. Paste adjustments, all. And then we'll expand that out. Where is that coming from? Oh, damn, you hear it on the microphone too.
So again, I set up this screener for you to look at Peter Lynch stocks. Now, I also at Peter Lynch stocks.
I might cut it out. I mean, I know you can hear it, but let's see.
Stocks. Sorry about that. I had a hiccup. My TV in the family room just started like ghosting and blaring at top level. But
we're gonna break that out.
Look at Peter Lynch stocks. Here's a great interview, and it's stocks. Here's a great interview.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. It is 37 minutes long. Green screen, copy. And put that in there. Boom, boom. And we're going to export this one. Boom. 9.2 pod. Save. Let's see the comments. Let's see. Status. They still haven't said that. Let's see if they have it on their Twitter page. No. Let's see if scans are down. Oh, they're back up, Chris. In fact, Walmart's up today. Bouncing off that 200 day. Let's go to Canva. Okay. Consumers don't have the money for $100 tele. The stock price would, TerraSan. The stock price would argue differently. I mean, look at that. Let's just pull up a weekly. It's a really good since 2020. I mean, 2020 it was trading at $1. You're at 60 now. So, morning, Rosa. Morning, Larry. NGD, that's a gold one. Trendspider gave me a deal. Yeah, Trendspider's good. We just opened up. Let's see. Yeah, I think you'll come. I mean, honest to God, I think you'll probably come back. I mean, that just doesn't look good. I mean, it looks like sellers are in there. They're just taking, I think people are taking profits. I think the economy hasn't changed. I think tariffs come in. I think the bond market is telling you, hey, even if you get lower rates, we're still going to be here. Amer, that's a you question. I think Nebius is at a place where profits from the Mag 7 should be put into Nebius as the next big thing? That's a you question. I mean, that focus is right on your portfolio. So, you too. Have a great day, Josh. Hood under 100, yeah. Down 5%. I'm still not buying Hood, even though I like that $100 mark. I spent a bunch of money. I mean, let's see. I know my Webull account is going to be down big. My Webull account is down, well, it's $46. It's down around 13. Remember, that was at 13.8. But I haven't changed the investment philosophy in there. My Fidelity account. My big account, I am down 1.31%. And the Qs are down 1.46. That is more money than I made in the first 4 years of my of working. I have to look at the percentage because the dollar amount freaks me out a little bit. So, I mean, just look in the upper right-hand corner. That's the core portfolio. There, IBIT's actually up 1.6%. IBIT's up in a down market. How is my Webull account with down? Oh, Nvidia's down 2.5%. Okay. So my largest positions are IBIT and Nvidia and Spotfiy also. But Spotify is only down 1%. But wow, IBIT's up. Novartis, I think that is. I got to do the Navitas. I mean, 4-hour algorithm makes you 30%. Buying and holding loses you 30%. So you only have, 26% wins though. But look at the wins. I mean, 9%, 136%, 37%, 14%. You're down on 9% in that one. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna work on this stuff. I gotta run anyway. So have a great day. Take care.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.